done.
Well done.
Okay.
It feels so official. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey y'all, it's Elisa Cool Murphy, and I am here with a challenge for our favorite Louisiana lender, Alex Shafirovich. We are literally putting him in the hot seat today, and we are going to do a hot wings challenge, because what's more Louisiana than chicken wings and hot sauce anyways, right? Are you ready for this?
As ready as I can be.
I don't know that I am. I don't know that I am, but we're going to do what we can. So tell me about this hot sauce that you brought us today.
Yeah, so I was browsing the web and found this fun game here. So we've got, 12 different hot sauces. We've got a one die here that's gonna be rolled, and I guess whatever you land on, that's the hot sauce that we're gonna put on the chicken wing as we go through this this conversation and see how things go.
There you go. In New Orleans, we like games of chance, right?
That's
so
right.
We're gonna, okay. All right, let's get this rolling. Let's get the die out. Yay.
All right.
And I should mention, it says crazy ass hot sauce, which is awesome.
Right.
Crazy ass hot, crazy ass flavors.
All right, so here we go. I'm gonna make the first roll here. I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna roll it in here so it doesn't fly all over the place.
All right, there we go.
All right. No
Ah,
whammies, no whammies.
Big money, big money.
All
3.
right, that's a number 3.
The third hottest hot sauce.
Okay, so let's see. This one is titled Foolish.
Foolish.
So that's what I'm gonna go with on my first wing here.
Hey, Alex, can you both just rotate your containers so we can see the wings? Yeah, perfect.
Okay. How many drops should I put on here?
Oh, that's up to you.
All right. Woo, it's thick. Let's take a little whiff. Okay, doesn't smell too bad. Give it a good shake.
Uh-oh.
All right, I'm gonna go with let's go with this drum here, drumette. All right, give it a good hefty serving there. Let's do a little bit more.
Oh, you're bold.
Yeah.
You're bold.
Yeah. All right, we'll leave that off to the side. Okay, so I'm gonna go into it.
Go for it. Crazy?
It's got some heat to it, but it's good flavor. Or it's not overly punching me in the face. Let's get
Okay,
it.
good. So foolish. Foolish is approved. Okay. So between each of these, the wing eat off here that we're doing, I'm going to be asking questions relative to the real estate market. And we, at this point, are telling our sellers to have no fear when it comes to the real estate market. So I have some common seller fears here from our clients. Now, I know the answers to these, but I'm putting you in the hot seat. I want to know how you would answer these questions.
Absolutely.
All right. So, question. Alex, no one will buy my home when interest rates are so high. What can I do?
It's a great question. So we talk about this quite often as to making things more palatable for the buyers out there. We can't control the market as we all know, right? We are in this environment, so we have to work with what we have at this time. It's still a great opportunity to buy. How you incentivize the buyers is to help to offset what their mortgage payment looks like. And because we know that this is not necessarily a permanent situation that we're all finding ourselves in today, markets move in cycles. So rather than spending money to permanently buy down your rate when it's going to eventually be refinanced anyways, we've got a nice temporary buy down program that's been very popular to help the buyers achieve a comfort level on their mortgage payment today by reducing their monthly interest significantly in the first maybe 1, 2, or 3 years. There's a handful of programs. There's options, right? So it's a temporary buy down program, gives you a bigger impact, right? So a simple example is that, say the market rate is a 7.5% today. If you did a 2-1 buy down program, that means year one, your rate is going to be, and your payment essentially is going to be based off of a 2% lower rate, right?
Okay.
For year one, year two, it'll be a 1% lower rate. And then by the third year, you've now moved up to whatever that original locked rate of the 7.5%. So it just gives someone a temporary relief of what that payment looks like. I mean, it can be substantial savings within that first few years. And usually that's going to be a nice incentive with rates being higher, that if the seller is willing to say, look, I'm going to cover that, I'm going to pay a portion of your mortgage payment for the first 2 years to help you stair step into the full payment. That's what we've seen be very successful to kind of give that relief to buyers today.
I love that. So sellers, you can keep your asking price or listing price or close to it, but actually help the buyer out by spending some of that money, those proceeds at closing, towards getting them a more favorable rate for a short period of time.
Bingo.
Bingo. Okay, I'm stalling because I don't want to roll these dice. Okay, let's see what I got. All right. Four. Okay. All right.
Not too bad.
Slightly hotter than the last one. What's it called?
This one's called Dummy.
Dummy. Dummy.
So as it scales up in heat, I guess it gets a little bit more aggressive on the name calling, right?
There you go. Okay.
All right.
I'm worried about what the other ones are going to be called. We're at 4 of 12, right?
That's right. That's right.
On the hot sauce scale. Okay, dummy. Boom. All right. I can't let you show me up with less hot sauce. All right, let's see. Dummy. Let's go. Okay. It definitely has some zing to it. It's not crazy, but it's not nice. Okay.
Yeah, mine's still lasting a little bit, but it's...
It like hits you like at the back of your throat.
Yep.
Okay, I'm worried about 5 through 12 now, but I can handle it. It also has a picture of this guy whose like mouth is literally like
spitting
spewing fire. Wow, dummy. Okay. It's nice now though. Okay, I'm living through this. All right. Seller question. I don't want to sell because I already have a great interest rate on my home mortgage, but I don't want to live here anymore. I want to move. Should I stick around because I got this great rate, or what should I do?
Yeah, so that's obviously a dilemma that some folks have, and what we're seeing, quite a bit right now. But a lot of folks, although maybe long term they don't want to be like a full blown landlord, there is this element of like how you can effectively transition out of the home and basically take still the proceeds from your property, and you're just doing it in a different format. So instead of selling it to get the equity and those proceeds out of your property, you're just doing a home equity line of credit, for example.
Gotcha.
So you can tap into that equity. That gives you the down payment funds that you might need and some flexibility to make the new purchase. And then you might just decide, hey, for the next year or two, right, while the market settles in, anyways, that you just lease it out. So lease it out to offset that particular mortgage expense. That'll help with qualifying for the new purchase, and you don't have to try to sell something in a more challenging environment today. Although again, that's not for everyone, but if you are willing to kind of be that temporary landlord,
there you go, or not. You could get in the landlord game, build a portfolio.
That's right.
So the answer is, if you have a great rate on your existing mortgage, you may not have to sell your home to get the next one. You could keep that mortgage, keep that house, rent it out. That'll help you qualify to get the next house, right? Because that counts towards your income then, right?
Correct. So yeah, so we have the ability to essentially offset that mortgage like it doesn't exist, as if you were to sell it. So there's that kind of helpful element
it
that
neutralizes it. And then you
correct.
get to keep that fantastic rate. Hold on to those. I'd love to sell your house, but maybe we don't got to. Hold on to that. Rent it. We can help you rent it. We can help you get a great tenant, get that property managed. and find you the next house without
Yeah.
ever having to sell the first one to get the cash to buy the next one.
Let them pay down your principal balance for the next, handful of years,
Heck
a
yeah.
little bit more.
I love spending other people's money.
That's
Let's
right.
go. Okay, your turn.
All right. I feel like a higher number here might be coming out the gates.
Oh,
It's an 8. It's an 8. I felt it. I don't know why.
Felt it. You brought it into existence.
I
Manifested
yeah.
that 8.
I felt the nose starting to run a little bit, so
There you
I
go.
knew it was coming.
I'm like getting my hair back out of the way for you. Oh no. What is this one called?
This one is called Moron. So yeah, they get a little bit more aggressive as they increase.
As they increase.
Yeah.
Moron. Great graphic of, I assume, a donkey going with the name.
Yeah. All right.
It's
All right. It's
that is a darker color than I expected.
It's thick. All right. Here we go. Mm-hmm. All right.
I like that you're not shy. You're like, I'm finishing this. I'm finishing this.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
All right. That was that one's got a little bit more bite to it.
A little bit more bite.
Yeah. No. Woo. Is it hot in here?
Is it hot in here? It's warming up?
Yeah.
It's warming up?
Yeah, I think we kicked on the heater just now.
There you go. There you go. We're trying to warm up this market. Okay, seller question. Inventory is low, right? A little bit. What if I end up homeless?
Well, that's also once again challenge. Excuse me.
Take your time.
Yeah. Woo. So we definitely have a challenge there, but not one that can't be overcame. So, of course, you want to get all your financials in line. Make sure you've got the game plan. You already have the savings. We have to tap into equity, whatever it may be. Get with a fantastic team or fantastic realtor, and excuse me. Whew. Am I sweating? All right. So you get with a fantastic realtor, fantastic team, and have them to start the search process, right? With having a game plan in mind. What that game plan ultimately is that you don't necessarily have to get your home listed right at the beginning of your search, but you can tee it up or get it geared up and ready so that you can go live with a listing as soon as you might identify a property that is going to be a good fit, and you can make a predicated offer. Something where it's like contingent on the sale of your home, and you try to combine the effort that way. That way, you're not left with you've sold your home, you've got nowhere to go. That's obviously one option, and then clearly, look, there's always temporary kind of transitional options. We know. Excuse me, got a little tickle in my throat, everyone. We've got a lot more inventory of furnished, midterm kind of rentals in the market, so that ends up being an opportunity. So there's a lot of things where you can, make sure that you're not just going to be thrown out on the street, right?
Exactly.
Just proper preparation.
You do need to leave by closing.
Yes, that is, actually I got a funny story. I'll sidebar on that. So
Go for it.
So we actually did have a closing at one point. Nice old lady that was selling the home. She had been living there for a while. It was too big for her. She didn't necessarily need it anymore, but more than anything, obviously she had a lot of equity that she was trying to get out of it with the sale. Well, we get up to literally 3 days before closing. Luckily, they did the walkthrough at least 3 days before. Came to find out that she hasn't moved any of her stuff or belongings out of the home. So it became a little bit awkward, of course, at that point, because she did not realize that she had to leave her home when she sold it. She just thought she was going to get her, $200,000 check. To, just stay in her house and move forward that way. No one thought to have to tell her that, and I guess it just became this very awkward moment in time. We had to do a small extension because she had a lot of stuff. They had to get movers in there, friends and family helping, and we did eventually close. But I think it was when you brought up that comment, it's happened before.
It's happened before.
Yes.
It's happened before. So y'all, to recap for Alex while he recovers, I don't want to laugh too hard because I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah. We
First
still
of
got
all,
10,
in
11, 12.
this market, one of the opportunities compared to the fast market of a year or two ago is that you can get an offer accepted predicated on the condition that you don't buy it till you sell your home, which is excellent. You couldn't do that before when things were faster. Your offer wouldn't get accepted.
Right.
You can wait to list your home until you're in that contract or very close to making that offer. They're going to want to know that it's listed, so we got to have it prepped. And then also there's temporary housing options that are desirable, which is great. And if not, you can work in like a rent back situation if we really need it. So you've got options. We're not going to let one of those be living on the streets. Okay?
That's right.
You got that. Okay. Oh, man.
Whew. All right, your turn. I'm excited for this roll.
Oh, I bet you are. Okay, ready? Okay, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice, be nice.
Ooh.
Okay, it's 4 again.
Well,
So I feel like...
do we just, so since I feel like these, once we've gotten those, so maybe we just add one, whatever's the one up from
Okay,
it.
I like that solution.
Yeah.
That seems less risky than a reroll.
Or do you think we should re-roll?
No, I think I like the
okay.
first
See,
one.
man. I should have had her re-roll, ladies and gentlemen.
5. What's this one called?
This one is called Senseless.
Oh, okay.
So maybe this is where it starts to,
Where it starts to...
get into your sinuses and such.
There you go. Starts to affect your brain.
Yeah, I think mine affected my motor functions for a moment
You
here.
definitely got a little bit flushed. So, all right, let's go with this. Number 5, senseless. Danger warning. Man with stuff on fire on his mouth. All right, I'm not quite as bold as you, but I did put a fair amount on here, I promise. Okay, let's go for this. Mm-hmm.
And I gotta say, these are crispy wings.
Okay,
too,
then
so
these
that's-
wings are good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm alive. I'm okay. I don't have to do as much talking as you either, which is fine. Well. Okay, chew your food, Elisa. All right, seller question. Seller fear. It's kicking in as I'm reading this. Won't I get hit with a huge capital gains tax when I sell my home? Especially if, home values have gone up, I've made a little bit of equity, am I gonna get slapped with a capital gains tax?
Yeah, so this is a question that often comes up, and although I'm not a licensed CPA,
Fair.
so
Consult them.
so definitely consult them. But I do know enough about it relative to the kind of policies, I guess, that exist today. And this actually kind of goes back to as well of like having maybe that transition where you're also leasing it out. So this question kind of is multifold here, right? So one is selling your home, capital gains tax. Again, if it's your primary residence and you've been occupying it for at least 2 of the past 5-year window, and it doesn't even have to be consecutive 2 years, but just 2 years within a 5-year window.
Any 2 years within the 5 years.
Correct, and it's basically totaled, yeah, and so that combined kind of approach is how they view it, as if you're going to pay any sort of capital gains tax, being that it's your primary residence. So you could have leased it for 3 years, or and then occupied it for two of the years of the grand total 5, and you're fine. No capital gains tax that's going to be required on that. So when you sell it immediately, of course, you're leaving that as being your primary occupancy. So capital gains tax, no problem. You could have bought it for $50,000 and sold it for $550,000. That $500,000 gain is tax-free earnings for you. Now, when you go and lease it, again, part of why this is, just timing it up for when it's the better timing for you, and then you lease it out. They continue to pay down your mortgage obligation a little bit more. You sell it in a better market, and that can be 2 years or even 3. And right, if you sell it in the 3rd year,
because you're still in that 5-year
you're
window.
still within that 5-year window, and so
Smart.
2-3 years down the line, you still sell it. No capital gains tax on it because it was your primary residence. So that's definitely an option that not a lot of people are aware of that exists.
Cool. So you have definitely recovered from more on hot sauce.
I did.
Not senseless.
It's dissipated. I mean, my tongue is a little bit
Toasty?
yeah, a little bit tingly and a little bit numb, but it's
That could be good, depending on how you roll.
yeah. All right.
All right, up we go.
Oh my
Oh!
lord. Hey, folks, we promised you a show today, and I've landed on the hottest one, number 12. That's I don't even have any water by me over here.
No, we don't have it in the room.
Yeah,
Like, we're
this is-
so confident that we
Yeah,
really
I was like, what is this?
What is this?
Is this a child's game here? I'll tell you, it's not. This is some real deal stuff here. Woo! All right.
Yeah. Warning, do not drink entire bottle of sauce. For best results, use hot sauce on chip, cracker, or pretzel stick.
Gotcha.
Don't do the whole bottle.
Yeah,
That's what I learned
Yeah,
from
I'm
that.
not gonna do the whole bottle. Ooh, all right. I'm just gonna. I have to just for the crowd here read a couple of the ingredients here. So we've got, jalapeno pepper, the habaneros. We know those are pretty spicy, but here's where it gets a little this gets a little bit scary. We have ghost pepper in here, ladies and gentlemen.
Eee, anything with a ghost in it.
We have scorpion pepper. I've never even heard of that. Okay, that
Sounds-
sounds dangerous.
Sounds mean.
Yeah. We've got the Carolina Reaper, which I think that's the worst one in the mix. I'm going to have to go light on this one, folks.
Go light. 3 of those titles actually have death in them or things that can lead to death.
You want to smell that? And just to kind of... If y'all run out of Vicks Vapor Rub, you got a stuffy nose, this is what you need right here.
That's what you need right here.
All
What's
right.
it called?
This one is just called certifiable, which maybe is like insane, I guess. Is that kind of...
Certifiably hot, y'all.
Yeah. Oh boy. I don't even know like how much. All right, I'm doing like droplets. Okay, I've got 4 droplets. I'm just gonna have to bear with me, okay?
Are you ready? You got this. You got this. Thank you for knocking out number 12. He's smart and he's a gentleman.
All right. That one's got some heat to it.
Okay. Take your time.
All right.
You're here. I'm gonna read this one slowly. Let us know if we need to pause. You're good? Okay, we'll go through. All
So
right.
far, so good.
So far, so good. Yep, you're definitely, yep. Okay. Seller question. What else can I do from a financial perspective to make my home attractive to buyers in this market?
Okay, so another great question. Right
Don't
now,
serve them that.
yeah. First, step 1, don't give them number 12 in this hot sauce challenge. In this market, there's a lot of different things that you can incentivize the buyer with. We mentioned paying for a temporary buy down. That ends up being categorized into sort of a closing cost scenario. So I think when you're trying to just, once again, financially impact or entice the buyers that are out there with higher cost and things that are necessary to reduce maybe their upfront spend, their monthly spend, they can use that towards whatever program that their lender pairs them up with and is a good fit for them. In a moment.
You're holding it together. You're holding it down.
All right. it like builds on you. It's like I thought I was like it wasn't that. I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't that bad. But it gets worse.
You were just
over time.
talking about layered approaches to helping buyers out, and
No,
this is layering hot levels
Layering
of
heat.
sauce.
Layering of heat. So, when you what you could incentivize them with is whatever loan program that they're happening or that they happen to land with, giving them a large seller credit, right,
Okay.
to go towards helping reduce their cash to close. It'll pay for some closing costs in whatever capacity. You know, it can be anywhere from 3% to 6% to 9%, depending on down payment amounts, loan types, all these different things, right? So there's a big array and way that you can kind of get in there and offer incentive that also, once again, it takes the focus a little less away from what the sales price is, because the sales price ultimately doesn't make a massive impact to the buyer today, like as far as what their monthly payment looks like and all these different things.
Day-to-day.
But that cash position, whether it be for a temporary buy down or reducing what they have to bring to the table, that impacts them more today than any other sort of offering out there. Reducing 10,000 versus giving them 10,000, that's going to have more impact for them.
More impact. And I think that's something that I find that we're constantly reminding our sellers clients, because a lot of our sellers didn't necessarily buy yesterday. So you tend to think about the holistic price as though someone's writing you a check for the whole entirety of the list price, but where they're actually thinking is, what does this look like as a monthly payment?
That's right.
So if you can help me out with that, or help me to bring a little less cash to closing so I can keep it in the bank, maybe get some furniture, maybe fix the place up, that's an incentive that can make you more competitive than the other listings that might be in your immediate area.
That's right.
Sweet. Okay. I can keep talking so I don't have to roll. Let's see. Okay. Oh, but I like this question. Okay. Here we go. Ready? At least I know 12 is gone. 7.
Lucky number 7.
Yay. I am getting lucky today. I'll take this.
All right. So this one is called Insane.
Insane. Cue Cypress Hill. Here we go. Find out. But I gotta be brave on this one after everything you just went through. So let's go.
All right.
Insane.
There it is.
Number 7. Of course, I'm assuming that they're actually, putting them in order. What's in this one? Jalapeno, habanero, ghost, twice. Awesome. I'm going to focus on the vinegar part. I'm excited about that. Okay.
Okay, that one you definitely stepped up.
This was
Came
also
out-
like runnier than I planned on, so this came out pretty fast. I had a lot of vinegar in this one. Okay, right, let's go. It's okay up front. Not bad. Okay. We'll see if it. Yep, it's doing that thing.
The creep effect.
The creeper.
Creeping effect.
They should just call it the creeper. Not the reaper. The creeper. Okay, yep. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. See, like I've got sweat under my eyes, folks. Like I think there's a glisten because.
Oh my. Okay. I can get through this. I feel like my tongue is actually swelling in my mouth right now. All right.
Yeah.
Enunciate. What happens if I get my home in contract and the buyer cancels?
So, this is where it's very important to make sure that you're not just accepting all offers and contracts coming in without having some layer of a vetting process on the buyer, right? There's all too often where people are so excited maybe about getting the offer, maybe it's a pretty solid offer, but they don't go into like the merits and substance behind it. even on cash offers, right? Did they verify that they actually had the funds to purchase it cash before?
I've actually had a buyer that I fired who wouldn't give me cash proof. They just said, Google me and you'll find out I have money.
Right, and see,
No.
that doesn't work. Like, I mean, if you're representing your seller, like, you're not gonna accept
No.
that from them. So
Google me is not sufficient
that's not,
proof of
that's not
funds.
sufficient proof of funds. So some type of letter from their bank, or something like that would suffice. And then on a finance deal, again, just because you have a piece of paper that says pre-approved or pre-qualified, it does. Not all lenders are created equal, right? It doesn't matter who's actually supplying that, how much verification did that lender actually go through, have they pulled credit, verified all their documents, gone through underwriting, are they an out-of-state lender that they just simply aren't familiar with the fact that, we've got much higher insurance policies. They might be quoting it at $1,200 a year, and that's laughable right now for where it is. I mean, it is what it is. They might be misquoting what the taxes look like.
And some of the home search sites that are really there to create leads for realtors and charge them also average insurance for the state. So even if you feel like you're doing your due diligence, you may not be.
Right. So when it's all said and done, when you're, accepting that offer as the seller, you have to make sure that your realtor is checking all those boxes, that they're verifying the proper information. Shoot, if it comes with a letter, there's no reason they can't contact the lender and just kind of get get the warm and fuzzies from the lender. I mean, I could say on our side of it, right? Like, part of why we've built hopefully a very good reputation in the local market is because that's one of our major stipulations and requirements. We do not by any means want to be in a position where someone hasn't been fully verified. So we won't even send a letter out there with our name on it unless the client has provided us all their documentation. We've checked credit. We've actually sent it through automated underwriting. Sometimes we go through full underwriting, just depending on how sticky the situation is, or if we're really close on the numbers, because that does happen. And we just want to make sure there's no surprises. That's all important as far as not necessarily falling out of contract. The other thing too is just because a current contract you have with that current lender, maybe they say they can't get it done, that doesn't mean that deal is dead.
So here's where I want to jump in and compliment you here, because this happened. I had clients that insisted on using a big national lender because they felt like they were getting a more competitive deal. And long story short, within a week of closing, that financing fell through. And I'm not here to say I told you so. That's not going to get the deal done for everyone. What I did is say, let's revisit this conversation, because they had initiated there, already had everything saved and filed, and the outcome was?
We got them closed, I think it was, in 10 days?
It was in 10 days.
Yeah.
We had to extend the deal 3 whole days. That was it. Appraisal, everything done, 10 days, and they were so grateful. They didn't care about what they thought that initial deal was because it didn't get the deal done. And I think that's so important for sellers when we're looking at the contracts that are coming in, the offers up front, is will this deal get done? When you're choosing an agent, how successful is that agent at getting that deal done? How successful is that lender at getting to the closing table? And that's why I love working with y'all. Not just because you're fun.
And same back at you again. If you have the right team, you have someone that's done the due diligence for you. They've vetted the vendors that exist out there. They're not just suggesting you use someone because they happen to like them. There's a lot of people that we all like in this industry, right? But
I like lots of y'all.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, right? People often are continuing, right, with a sort of a consistency that comes behind why and validates why they're suggesting, hey, use maybe these people, or talk to these people at least, right? Understand what your options are. Because again, there's so many challenges that can come up, so many things that can happen that can derail the process, and it's taken what should be an enjoyable and fun experience, and usually it's not something that people often repeat. It is a one-time big, sort of decision. So it's important that you have a good experience and you trust and work with the professionals that you set yourself up with and get there successly.
There you go. There you go. This hot sauce has like moved its way somehow to my lips from from the back of my forward. So I'm glad you got
at this point, my whole mouth is numb. So
it's
I'm like,
oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what you roll.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Let's get this done.
Here we go.
We got it. Final roll.
Is that a 9? Yeah, I think it's a 9.
It's got a line underneath it.
Yeah.
It's
All
a
right.
9.
Well, that's not too bad. I mean,
Oh, you've been to 12. Everything's going to be a cakewalk, right?
Yeah. This one is called deranged.
Deranged. Mm-mm. Wow.
All right.
And it's hot pink.
That's right. I wonder how they. Well, I guess there's a test for the they're called
Scovilles. Yeah. It doesn't say on these. I don't think. While you're doing that. Oh, the donkey is in a straitjacket. That's fun.
All right, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more heat on this one, just to make up for your over pour on the last one.
Southwest Specialty Food Inc. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Oh, and you went after that. It is lunchtime.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Undeterred.
I'm telling you, I think my mouth is just is numb. After number 12, that's like it tastes like tobacco, like some Tabasco or something.
Yeah, just like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
just ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was to cool down my palate from number 12.
From number 12?
Yeah.
Palate cleanser?
That's right.
All right, seller questions, seller fears, okay? Why do I need a realtor? Can I save some money by listing it myself? I'm not answering this one, he is.
So surprisingly, I've been involved in a handful of for sale by owner transactions. Maybe they started with a realtor at some point, or just never had a realtor in general, and then they met the for sale by owner. And I can tell you, those transactions had always been very, very messy. To the extent where it's like, look, I'm not licensed to be able to consult either one of them, so I can just say, look, you can go to this website. I said my number one suggestion and recommendation is that y'all figure out a way to compensate a realtor to represent both sides and make sure that you're both protected, because there's a lot of seller requirements that the state requires when you're selling a piece of real estate that they may not be aware of, and then they're exposing themselves to liability. On the other side of the equation, you've got the buyer. Once again, they're trying to navigate the waters, and they're trying to write this contract and make sure all the terms are in there proper, and there's inspection processes, and it's like, sure, if everything goes super smooth and super well, but if at a moment's notice, when you're dealing with hundreds of thousands of dollars, that things don't go right, well then you get into this position where you have no representation. You haven't followed the process properly. Both sides are extremely exposed. So it's not something that I find makes sense. Do people do it? Absolutely. Do they squeeze by and make transactions happen? Absolutely. But I've also seen where there's been a lot of money, for the seller essentially left on the table because it wasn't properly priced, and sure, the buyer was able to kind of make out in that deal potentially, right? But again, it also could have gone south because if someone caught wind and they figured out that they were selling for less and they didn't follow the proper steps in sort of the sales contract process, they could have backed out. That person lost the deal, and then no one knows what to do at that point, and then litigation might be involved,
there
right?
You go.
So
fair enough.
So when you're out there searching, don't try and do it on your own. Window shopping, sure, that's fine. Everyone's gonna do that. You can
And you should.
check on Realtor.com and Zillow, and check out all these different properties you might be interested in. But when you're starting to get serious about the process, talk to a realtor, talk to a wonderful team like the Cool Murphy team here, and they'll get you on your merry way, and they can actually set up catered searches for you too, which is nice.
Which is helpful.
And then on the seller side, of course, because she's got an amazing marketing background, you're gonna have your showstopper home front and center, and they put all sorts of I gotta commend her on this. They put all sorts of creative, like information out there about your property, background, history, how to, really make it shine, and that's super special. That's not something you get from just hiring any realtor, right? That's some value add that they bring to the table. It's unique to them. No one else has her particular touch or spin or flavor. And
flavor.
That's right.
Crazy ass flavors.
That's right.
In real estate.
Number 12 on the scale there. So that's always recommended to make sure you hire some professional. It'll really make your life a little bit easier, and the few bucks that you might think that you're saving might cost you, or it just makes your experience a lot more challenging versus just letting someone give you the red carpet treatment.
Thank you. It's not worth it. That's what it comes down to. Well, thank you so much for hanging out today and being such a good sport in the hot seat. You had more of the crazy hot sauces than I did, and a higher number, which I'm grateful for. But this was fun. Thank you so much, guys. And Alex, please let people know how to reach you and how to start the process of buying a home with you.
Yeah, so look, I'm the branch manager for Interlinc Mortgage here in New Orleans. Got a easy to remember website. It's lendnola, LENDNOLA.com. You can find me there. Google my name, and of course, there's lots of contact information that pops up there as well. But whatever we can do to help make someone's process and home buying journey easier, or transition from the selling to the buying side, we're here as kind of a consultant, and happy to provide information and hope that we earn your business from it.
Thank you. Thank you. And I vouch for these guys. And if you are following us elsewhere, this was sent to you, and you don't know Cool Murphy, that's our team. Look us up, COOLMURPHY.com. You can find all of our social channels and every way possible to contact us there. We look forward to working with you and working with y'all together.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.